course not. It's never on the news.
She was having a conference with a man named Gustavo from Mexico, who was another activist, and they decided to go to her home because they had an internet connection there. And she went to her bedroom, and Gustavo, there was no sexual relationship or anything, they were activists together, and he was working on the computer, and he heard a sizzling noise, and then he heard a loud thump, like a door was being kicked in, and all of a sudden a bullet went through, it skimmed, he just ducked, and it skimmed his head and cut off half of his ear, and he heard there was another gunman, and there were 2 shots, and Berta was still alive when he reached her bedroom. And she had enough sense to, he said, should I call the police? And she said, no, absolutely not. Call my friends. And he brought her cell phone, and she plugged in the password, and he called the friends, but he couldn't get hold of anybody. And finally he got hold of the woman that was with our group. And she contacted one of his friends and went to actually to the house. But what they tried to do was they first, Gustavo was accused of being the murderer, and he wasn't able to leave Honduras. He had to live in the Mexican ambassador's house. He couldn't leave Honduras because he was in the midst of being charged with this murder. Her associate in her organization, her indigenous organization, the Lenten indigenous group, he was charged with the crime. He was with my friend Karen when she arrived at the house. Gustavo, they sent an artist to draw a picture of the man who had attacked him because he saw him. And every time he told the artist a feature to change and whatever, the artist kept on making it look like Berta's associate in the association. Oh. And he wouldn't sign off on the art. He said that's not the person. And he now is in hiding. Nobody knows, Karen may know, but nobody officially knows where he is. They ended up arresting, let's see, I want to be sure I'm correct on this, and I might not be.
Yeah, I got it.
But they're an individual from the mining company that she was opposing, the company that was building a dam, and I went down to the river where that dam was to be built. The person from that company and a U.S. Military person and 2 other people have been charged with the crime. But they're not the people who ordered the crime. They're might be the people who carried it out. And so it's still under investigation, but the military will not give her family the files having to do with the case. We went to her house and we saw where it happened. It was so beautiful. And she was a fantastic.
Wow. Love it.